I think we're live. Yeah, I think we're live. I need to grab my iPad. Give me a sec. And then I can monitor the stream. But I added some background music. I hope it's good. All right. Hi, Miso. You want to cook with me? Let's make sure my levels are okay. And then I think we're good to start cooking. Hey Dark, how's it going? It's cooking time. Hey Dark, how's it going? It's cooking time. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay, let's get started. So I just got back from the grocery store, and I think the most important thing that I got there, check this out. I went to Trader Joe's. I got a cookie butter beer, so I have that in the freezer right now. And we'll bust it out when everything's cooking. Have a nice cold beer. But I am following the recipe done by Josh Weissman, I think. Josh, what's his name? The link's in the description. You can check it out there. But basically, it's just crushed tomatoes. I have avocados, but that's not part of the recipe. Some whipping cream. I like to add mushrooms. So I'm gonna add those, a sweet onion, ginger, and tomato, whole tomato, which I like to add. I don't think that's part of the recipe, but that's all right. So let me just put these avocados in the fridge before they go bad. And what else do we need here? We need butter. I don't have enough butter there. Let me grab some frozen butter. Butter. Got the chicken here. We are doing, I have chicken sausage, so we're gonna be using that. I hope that's not too, out of the realm of possibility for you guys. Don't scream at me in the chat. But I'm gonna thaw this, get this thawed, and we'll start using that. But what I like to do with sausage, mainly if I'm cooking it up in this manner, what I do is I'll thaw it, of course, right? But then I'll strip the lining from the sausage and then slice it up into like little meatballs. That's what I like to do for these recipes, instead of just keeping the sausage whole. Because this does make about, I don't know, like 6 servings. It's a pretty big dish. It's gonna fill this pot up completely, so. All right, and then let me get this thaw started. And we'll go through the other ingredients here, but I might just need to pull it up because it's been about 2 weeks since I've made this. Kind of forgotten, but this would be my 3rd time making it, so. I'm a little experienced with this recipe already. Hi, Miso. Are you gonna cook with me? I don't think she can hold a knife, but that's all right. Just gonna weigh down the sausage here. Stays submerged in the water. I'm using my espresso portafilter. You can see that. Espresso portafilter. Very nice. Improvisation. All right, let's get the crowler out of the way. And then I'm gonna pull up the recipe here and we can get started. But I believe I have all the ingredients. I did make a little shopping list before I left. So that's not the right link. Hang on.
Normally when we order chicken tikka masala, ding!
Okay, Josh Weissman. I just want you for your recipe. Whole recipe. Let's go. Hi, Miso. Are you gonna meow at me? Did you get fed? Yeah, your feeder works. You got fed. Do you have water? Let me make sure you have some water. She likes to drink out of the sink. So I give her water in the sink. If I give her a bowl of water, she won't drink it. She's a little diva like that. Well, that's all right. Oh, yeah, I have ginger. I have vegetable oil, onion, ginger, garlic. I do have garlic, I believe. Let me check. I should have garlic. I do. Oh, whoops. Ah. The garlic escaped me. Oh, what else do I have down here? I have a bell pepper. Oh, I have a garlic that's right. Oh, don't do that. Don't hit your head on the fridge. But I have a garlic that's already open, so we'll use that. Heavy cream, I got that. Paprika, cayenne, garam masala. I have all those spices. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. So, generally the first step you do is you start by cooking the meat. However, the meat is frozen, so we'll start by chopping the veggies. How about that? I did get a nice new wooden cooking board, or cutting board, so we'll use that. It was oiled a couple days ago, so we're gonna use that right now. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you fighting me? Did you hear that? That was ferocious. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Are you looking for your toy? Is that what you want? Are you looking for your little toy? I'll find her toy after I put this down. Okay. Hey, baby girl. Come on. Ah, there it is. Yeah, she likes... I have a little piece of furniture at the end of my kitchen. I'm over here, by the way. At the end of my kitchen counter. And she likes to knock things underneath there. So, here you are. Here you go. Okay, that's settled. What are people saying in chat? Hey Vin, how's it going? Get a load of this guy. This guy stinks. I'm banning Vin. Hi Biped. Yeah, I was making a cream ale, and I have it fermenting in this cupboard right here. So if I have enough time, I think I'm gonna be pretty busy with this recipe, but if I have enough time, I'll take a specific gravity reading. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty dry. A lot of the fermentable sugars are gone now, so it's gonna be a somewhat bitter, more bitter beer, I guess. All right. Guess let's get started with the onion. I'm gonna make a little trash bin for myself here. Just roll up the bag a little bit and then open it up. There we go, perfect. Oh, there we go. There's my choppery. Nice wooden cutting board. Let's try it out. It's gonna be my first time using it. And I only need to use about half of the onion here. So we're definitely not going to use the whole thing, but I'll just container it and store it for next time I need to use it. Never really understood the right way to open up an onion. I think we can figure it out eventually. You got Chinese food for the night? That sounds really good. I really like Thai food. My favorite Thai food is a pad see ew. It's pretty sweet. It's also extremely savory. Although I can't handle spicy, so I usually just go with the no spice or like a super mild spice. Quite a shame. Can't get the full flavor experience. It's very unfortunate. I'm sad about it. But I don't let it get me down too much. Oh, I'm gonna start crying. I just released a whole ton of onion juice in the air. Oh no, it's gonna make me sneeze. Oh, this isn't good. Oh man. I wish that didn't happen. All right, and I'm just gonna grab a little container and put the other half of the onion in there. Like that. Will it fit? Nope. Maybe like that. I don't think that's gonna fit either. Shoot. Huh. How about I get a little deeper container? I think this is deeper. And that fits. Perfect. Yeah, and then we'll just dice the onion here. All of these veggies are getting diced except for the mushrooms. Those are getting sliced. So I can remember how to dice an onion. Miso, do you want to help me dice an onion? Is that what you want? Do you want to help me? She's like biting my ankles. It's really uncomfortable. Okay. Wow, this onion is dense. Any like onion dicing ASMR for you guys? I hear that that's all the rage. Specifically onion dicing. Yeah, I just got back from the my friend's cabin yesterday during the evening, and we had a really good time. At one point, I was on the lily pad. It's like a giant flotation rectangle made of foam, and it fits like 4 people. But I was on there with 3 of my guy friends, and we floated out all the way to the other side of the lake. We didn't have a motor or like paddles or anything, so we had to swim all the way across the lake, pushing the lily pad the entire way. And I'm just now today starting to recover from that physical exertion. It was so difficult. Thankfully, it wasn't too big of a lake, but it was still a long way to swim, pushing something. So you can't just like do the backstroke, which is, I think that one's the most efficient swimming stroke. We couldn't just do the backstroke because we had to push the lily pad back as well. Right. Oh, hi. You brought me your toy. Toss it over the kitchen aisle. I got a couple extra little pieces of cookware. I got some glass dishes, so I'm gonna portion out my ingredients here. This way I don't need to immediately put it inside a pot. Now, I am now starting to realize that how small this thing is. It could be a little larger, but it's not that bad. The good thing is that I'm not crying yet, so I think I've gotten better at chopping onions. Wow, that's a lot of onion. I mean, these dishes are a little small, but they're not that small. Oh my gosh. I'm still like dropping a lot on the table there. I wiped everything down before, so I'm not too worried. Not like getting cat hair in my food, but you know, if I can avoid dropping things on the table, I will. All right, that's all the onion you need. Well, actually, I've got this end piece. So I'm just gonna chop this up as well. Nothing goes to waste, right? Right. Just get the little bits cut up. Well, more like little strips. I believe that's pretty good. I'm gonna try not to drag the edge of my knife across the board here. That's how you ruin your boards and knives. But I think we're out of space in this portion container, so I'm just gonna grab another one. Grab the whole stack, why not? All right, there we go. That's all the onion. Next, I'm gonna go over to, I don't want to quite do the tomato yet. I'm gonna start with the mushrooms. This is a pretty big bag, or box. It's 10 ounces, or 284 grams. So I'm just gonna do half of it. And all of these veggies are just gonna be sauteed. And then we'll add in the rest of the curry items for the chicken tikka masala. For the tikka masala parts, I guess. I can actually open this, what the heck? What did they do here? There we go. Right, let me find a bowl. I'll just take out half of these. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count apparently, but that is half. But yeah, after swimming across the entire lake, that was the best sleep I've ever gotten. I was so exhausted. I took a nap. I set up my hammock in between 2 trees at the cabin. Took a nap outside in like 95-degree weather. I was sweating a little bit, but it was in the shade, so it was pretty good. And I managed to like sunburn this entire part of my stomach. So all of this was red, the rest of me was fine. So I don't know how that happened. I was in the shade, I thought. At least I thought I was in the shade, but I guess I wasn't. So that was kind of a fail. Bring you over here. You can watch me rinse off the mushrooms. Cold water, please. I'm not doing anything super. I'm not trying to like sanitize these or anything. I just want to get all the little dirt specks off. So I don't really mind having a little bit of cooked dirt in my food. Since we are cooking it completely, it's not that much of a concern. Now, if you're doing a salad, then yeah, I would totally recommend to like sink these in, or what, bathe these in vinegar. But I'm not doing that, so I'm just gonna rub off all the little specks we got on each one of these. And if you don't like mushrooms, then too bad, you're missing out. Because sauteed mushrooms with cooked in butter, oh my god, it's absolutely divine. Okay. I wish there was a more efficient way of doing this, because it does take a lot of time. But thankfully I'm only doing half the package. Hey, Juice. You always manage to make it to every single one of my streams. I don't know how you do it. I do try to stream at a pretty regular time, so like after everybody gets home from work on the weekdays. Well, everybody in NA, I guess. Or the South America as well, I guess. But like, it's still... Sometimes I start streams at like 4. Sometimes I start the streams at 8, so I appreciate it. All right, that's that. Probably should have put the onion in one of these bowls, but yeah, hindsight 2020, right? Oh, bring it back over here. And I think we'll do a little zoomy zoom. Yeah, like that. Ooh, how does that look? It's pretty good, huh? It's not bad at all. I'm actually kind of pleased. So I know that these little stem pieces are perfectly fine. I hate cutting with them because it makes the mushroom wobble while I'm trying to slice it, so I'm just gonna get rid of them. Alright, and we'll get to slicing. So I'm not going to go too thick. I do want a pretty thin slice. Oh, that's a little bit too thin. Hang on. I think that's pretty good there. These mushrooms always seem to escape me when I get to the end. Over halfway through, it's like, no, I don't want to be sliced anymore. So I'm just gonna collapse underneath your knife. That's fine. I just gotta perfect my slicing method. Okay. Oh, that was pretty good. Good job, Vic. You can slice mushrooms. What did y'all get up to this past weekend? I live off of vicariously living off of you guys, so please tell me your fun weekend stories. I hope y'all got to touch some grass. There was a big heat wave if you're in the US, so hopefully it wasn't too bad where y'all are. Here it was just super freaking humid and hot. So, like 95 degrees with 80% humidity. It was really bad. But being at the lake cabin did not hurt one bit. Spent a lot of time in the water. Had to reapply sunscreen so much. Look at me, I'm white. I'm I'm pretty pale. I do have the Spanish blood that helps with the tan, but you know, there's only so much that your skin can tolerate. What was that, like, medical science figure? After you get sunburned in one spot, like 3 times, your risk of developing skin cancer is like tenfold or something? Yeah, I always think about that. Every time I'm spending an extended period outside, I'm like, I don't think I want to get sunburnt, because I've gotten sunburnt plenty of times as a kid. So if I get sunburnt anymore, I'm like, It's a surefire way for me to develop melanoma, which is not something that we want. I would love to live cancer-free for the rest of my life. But also, like, one out of every 3 American adults develops cancer at least once in their life. So, or is it 1 out of 2? I don't know. It's a really high number, unfortunately. But I believe that eating clean can help a little bit with that, just a tiny bit. I'm not going to attribute all of cancer prevention to eating clean, but I do think it definitely does help a little bit. All right, mushrooms are done. Onion is done. We'll move on to the garlic and ginger. The 2 of these are going to go in together, and they're both going to be minced. So we'll aprovechar a little bit by cooking these together, by chopping these together, I mean. There's 3 cloves, that's all we need. I don't want to overdo the garlic because that is a really hard ingredient to correct for after you overdo it. Okay, and then just a little bit of ginger. I don't know exactly how much. I think we need the knife. Not the knife, the scissors. Okay. Got a really bad camera angle right now. Let's fix that. There we go. So I just have a pretty big knob of ginger here. Oh, hang on. It's actually 2 knobs. And I think I'm only going to use... I don't know, I might use this entire piece actually. 'Cause I quite enjoy the flavor of ginger actually. And to store this, I will freeze it because I don't use ginger too often. Okay. Let's take care of these garlic cloves. I haven't tried this method out yet, but I hear the best way to do it is to squish it with your knife. So I'm going to do that. We'll see how it goes. After I get the little easy to get parts off. Well, did it work? I don't think so. Desto, you got a blistering sunburn? That's really sucks, I'm sorry. How big are the blisters? Are they like that big, or are they that big, or something like that? I've seen some really nasty sunburns. Well, like pictures, not in real life, but I know that some people don't really understand how powerful the sun is, especially if you're Irish. You stayed inside all weekend, Dirk? Extremely hot and humid where you live. Yeah, it was pretty much the same. I mean, if I was in the city for the weekend, I definitely would have stayed inside the entire time. It was just too freaking hot. I think it was I was about 2 hours north of the city, and I know that there's an effect caused by cities which causes the surrounding area to be about 10 degrees hotter because of all the pavements and, you know, lack of tree cover. Where we were, 2 hours north, it was about 5 degrees cooler. So I think that my anecdotal evidence confirms the theory. No, it's like proven by NASA or whatever. So cities are hotter. There was a project in LA to like paint some of the streets white instead of the default black asphalt color. And that helped reduce temperatures in there in the local areas by quite a bit. I think it was like up to 15 degrees Fahrenheit. I was kind of hoping that they would bring that technology everywhere else. But it turns out it's really expensive to paint streets. You're still up at 3 a.m. because you're... Oh, it's because you're sunburnt. Yeah, shoot. Ouch. The blisters are really small, but it covered my entire shoulder and upper back. I'm dying right now. Oh my gosh. You can't even sleep on your back anymore. You gotta become a stomach sleeper now. Got a couple little pieces of skin on these garlic cloves. Okay. That's it. And then I think the best way to peel garlic is to use a spoon. So I'm gonna try that. I've done this before. I don't think I've really figured out the technique yet. So you just take the spoon in your hand like that. And you kind of scrape it, I guess. You don't want to go too hard. Yeah, that seems pretty effective. I mean, I have a peeler, but there's a lot of... This garlic is quite knobby, so I don't think it would work too well. Therefore, I will use the spoon method. After I get this peeled, I'm going to check on that chicken. See if we can start cooking it already. You can't sleep whichever position I tried, it hurts. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. That really sucks. Did you have any sunscreen on? Did you have any sunscreen on at all? Is what I mean to say. It's like, I'm seeing a lot of... Well, it's been a while since I've seen this. But I've seen a lot of research saying that, like, SPF 30 is basically having nothing on at all. So you really want to go for a minimum of SPF 50. I don't know how accurate that is because I wore SPF 30. And I don't hurt, I don't have blisters, and just a slight pink undertone to my skin at the moment, so I think I was able to avoid sunburn pretty well. You forgot. You forgot if you were wearing sunscreen or not. Damn. Sunburn really got to your head then. This is rough. I can barely see. I need to switch up my spotlights so that my cutting board is spotlighted. But yeah, this smells so good. I love ginger so much. My grandmother, she used to live in Costa Rica for 10 years. I think she now lives in Spain. She moved back to Spain. But when she was living in Costa Rica, my brother and I would spend the summers with her. My parents would pretty much just like drop us off there. And she had a little plot of land in the middle of nowhere, like an hour and a half from the capital, where the airport is. So there was so much wildlife and so many wild plants. And one of those wild plants was ginger. There's a little stream going through, mountain water spring, or stream. And there's so much ginger there, it was incredible. So we tried to, my brother and I, we would harvest all of the ginger at once. And we got reprimanded for that, of course, because it's like, what are you doing? We don't need this much ginger and we can't store it. That's when I really developed a love for ginger. I think that would have been a perfect time to really try doing like a fermented ginger beer. But I was also like 9 years old at the time, so no chance I was gonna be able to do that. Hi, Miso. You meowing at me? Did you bring your toy? Yeah, you did. Look at you. Go get it. get to slicing and dicing here. I didn't do the greatest job peeling, but it's fine. It's all getting cooked anyway. Like some of the knob, the crannies, the nooks and crannies still have some peel on them. I'm not super concerned about it. It's just extra flavor. Extra minerals, you know? Yeah, but this just needs to get diced super finely. I guess the right word, it would be minced. This needs to be minced. Oh yeah, I remember I said I was gonna check on the chicken, but completely forgot. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that is thawed. I love the water method so much. Yeah, miso? You gonna meow at me or are you gonna tell me what you want? I told her not to like speak human language on camera, so I think that's what's happening. Oh. All right, let's get out of the zoom mode so you can actually see me. Oh. Hey, how's it going? Okay, where'd your toy go, Miso? Where'd you put it? I threw it over here. Oh. So you're being cheeky, huh? That's all right. Okay, so the chicken is done thawing. Pretty good, good work. So I'm gonna bring you all the way over here. Oh, check for bald spots. And, oh, whoops. And we're just gonna start cooking this up. If I can get a good angle. There we go. Now I'm gonna cook this with vegetable oil, which I know is not the healthiest thing, but I'm also cooking curry, so what am I saying? I'm also gonna be using a lot of butter. So we're just gonna pop a little bit in there. Okay, and let's get the heat on. Don't want it super high, don't want to sear the chicken, but also the goal here is to like, actually the goal is to sear the chicken, not cook it all the way through. Because cooking it all the way through is going to be done in the curry. I forgot, I'm not done chopping yet. Because I gotta grab these and peel them. Is this pre-cooked? It is pre-cooked, so it is safe to use my cutting board. We're fine. I'm gonna move this to the side here. I'm gonna start, I guess, filleting the sausage. I don't really know what to call it. I think I might just need to use the scissors. There we go. And I'm just gonna make a little cut down the side. Try to squeeze it out. Although, actually, I don't think this has a lining. Does it? It doesn't. Oh, hey, how about that? That makes it super easy. That makes it so freaking easy. Okay. Let's just cut these in half. I don't know if you can hear Miso. She's being pretty vocal right now. And I realize I haven't shown her on stream yet, so I'll get to it when I can. We're just gonna do little pieces here. Not gonna do anything super extreme, but I can smell all of the additions in here. It has some peppers in it. I can smell that it's a little bit spicy, but I can manage, I think. There we go. It's all chopped up. We'll just put it right in the pan. Yeah, no, that's not hot at all. I don't really know what I expected. It was on the heat for like 2 seconds. And try not to splash up too much oil. Less mess to clean up. All right. There's that. Just gonna break up all the little clumps that I see here. Sometimes I can be a little lazy with my knife. All right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Look at that. Looks very nice. Just wait until we cook it. Gonna be looking superb. So we're gonna cook that through, and then right after, we're gonna remove the little chicken pieces that I have in there from the heat, and then in the same pots, I'm gonna put in all the veggies to start sauteing. But while I'm here, let me add in some butter. Actually, I already have a little bit of butter here in the fridge. I know you can't see anything, just give me a sec. I'll be right back. And we'll cover it up, because it does like to splash. Okay, let's continue mincing this stuff that we have here. Yeah, so vegetable oil, I'm actually not too sure about. I know that canola oil is really bad for you. Generally, all seed oils are just extremely bad for you because there's a certain, I don't know, like protein, mineral, something in there. There's a certain chemical in there that just like absolutely screws up your mental facilities, and it makes you dumb. In kids, it's shown to cause ADHD, hyperactivity disorders, and stuff like that. I don't know if peanut oil is on the same level, so if you like Five Guys, you'd have to do some research, but Five Guys is a restaurant in the US, by the way. Yeah, but canola oil I know is a really bad one. I'm not super sure about vegetable oil. My mom just said it was bad, so I'm gonna listen to her. And they told me to use olive oil instead, but there's different flavors and they have different properties. So, you know, generally if I'm frying something, then I will use vegetable oil, because that is what is typically required. don't have too much practice with mincing, so I'm just gonna employ patience here. Try to get it as thinly minced as I can, because one time I made this, I think it was the first time I made this dish, I didn't mince the ginger enough, and there was just overwhelming, there was little bits of ginger that I would catch in my bites, and it was just overwhelming at points. Not that I didn't like it, it's not optimal though. But I think after we really like braise these. Braise? Braise? Is braise the right word? I don't know. Then we should be pretty good. I think... Gosh. My hand is in the way. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Onto the garlic. That was quite a bit of ginger. I think I might have actually portioned out a little bit too much, but I'm not complaining. Gonna stir up the chicken a little bit, because I did just throw in a little chunk of butter. I didn't really distribute it. Okay, there we go. Back for the garlic. The butter is not margarine. I use olive oil too. The butter is not margarine, so you know the like spreadable butter that they sell in stores and people get because it's like super convenient? That is half canola oil. It's not good for you at all. I knew there was something wrong with it when it first started coming out and I saw it in stores. I'm like, butter does not act this way. What did they add to it to make it be so spreadable? And it turns out it's 50% canola oil. So, and I did not use margarine. I use I always buy 100% butter. So, salted butter. That's what I get. I don't care if I'm spending a little bit more money for higher quality ingredients. Because that affects your cooking a lot. Okay. Here's our minced garlic. Add that into our little portion dish here. I always forget how sticky garlic is. Ginger was a breeze, but this garlic is like all over. Oh, we're cooking. Chicken's cooking. It made noise, so I know we're making a little bit of progress. All right, I'm gonna move on over there. The only thing left I have to chop is the tomato. Although, you know, we have the crushed tomatoes. I don't think the whole tomato is strictly necessary. Get a pretty good view there? I think so. Let's get our, what am I looking for here? Spatula? No, that's not what I want. I want this spatula. A wooden spoon would be optimal, but I don't really have those because I'm more concerned about like sanitization. And I know that putting it in the dishwasher is not necessarily the best way to clean it, but that's starting to look pretty good here. It just started cooking. So I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit, make sure there aren't any hot spots on there, and then cover it back up. That's about it. Yeah, I'm gonna put the tomato away. I don't really need it. Although, maybe I want to use the bell pepper. I just have a random bell pepper in my fridge, so I'm gonna use it. No harm in doing that. Let's come back to the chopping board. Oh, there we go. There we are. Chicken was sausage, yeah, that's correct. Otherwise, I would use like chicken thighs. Chicken thighs would be the optimal thing to use for this. And it's a pretty cheap meat too. Chicken thigh, I think, is like the cheapest part of the chicken, so. And what I'm gonna do with this, I think, we're gonna do like a thicker dice for these. So cut it into strips. Try to line those strips up a little bit. Kind of go for this kind of size here. So they're not super small, but like that. And sometimes my knife doesn't go all the way through, so I'm left with like this kind of deal. So like if you cut bell peppers skin side up, I think that's the best way to do it. Because then you're gonna be sure that your knife is going all the way through. Otherwise you might just get strips of very flexible bell pepper. Bell peppers are very watery, so I'm not really sure how this is gonna turn out. I might just need to reduce or cook a little bit longer than normal to get rid of all of that excess water. But that's just a matter of time. So I'm not too concerned about that. It's just something to take note of. Once we get to the actual cooking part of this, I will be a lot more active with you guys in chat, but just while I'm chopping, I like to have my eyes on what I'm chopping, of course, because you don't want to have any little accidents with your fingers, right? Not exactly the kind of professional chef that's able to chop things up without looking. I haven't developed that skill yet, and I am afraid to. Sounds like a very dangerous thing to practice. Okay, so that's all of our veggies done, really. The only thing left is gonna be our chicken, which is cooking right now. And then the crushed tomato, which is canned. I'm gonna have to portion that out because I did get a pretty big can. And then the spices, which I'm just gonna do on the fly. Let's see how that's looking. Oh yeah, it's starting to get a little toasted. And that's exactly what we want. I think it just needs 2 or 3 more minutes and that'll be it. We'll be able to take that out, the little chicken sausage bits. All right, have a good night, Desto. It's almost 4 a.m. for you, that's crazy. We're getting a really nice Maillard reaction in here. This is very good. And I should probably look at the recipe to find out what the next step is, but I am pretty sure that it is just to start reducing those veggies down. And then afterwards we can worry about the spices. All right, chicken's pretty good, so I'm gonna divide that out. I think I'm just gonna put it back in the mixing bowl that I used to thaw it. Since that is heat protected cookware that I have. Make sure we don't get any drip. Oh, I got one singular little drip there. All right, so that chicken's just gonna sit there. We're gonna add it back in after we have all the other ingredients there and cooked. So I'm gonna start off with, not that. I'm gonna start off with the onions first. Got one more little dish of onion. And get these nice and caramelized in there. And then on top of that, I am gonna add the mushrooms later. But the mushrooms can cook over time. You don't really need to caramelize mushrooms. I am mostly worried about caramelizing these onions. And I'm gonna add a little bit of salt on top just to try to extract as much water from the onions as I need. Just like that. Salt is really nice when cooking because it extracts water, it dehydrates things, so it extracts water from vegetables. And that's what I just am using it for right now. It's already starting to brown, but I think the browning is because of the leftover chicken the leftover chicken Maillard. It's actually a little bit stuck to the bottom of the dish, so I'm gonna add a little bit of water in here. Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. That wasn't supposed to get knocked off. It does taste quite good. I'm kind of happy with that. Just gonna get a little bit of water here. Toss that in. And that should unstick some of that chicken. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what it's called actually, but it'll unstick it from the bottom of the pan. It's like the dark stuff that gets stuck to the bottom of the pan. But yeah, we'll just let this sit for a little bit while the onions get nice and soft and then brown. Very nice. Maybe just Crack it open a little bit. I want to retain as much heat in there because I am going to start piling it up with a ton of different veggies. But the next to go in, I think is actually going to be the bell pepper. And toss the, oh no, well, we're going to toss that, the garlic and, oh shoot, what is it called? Ginger. And then the bell pepper, and then the mushrooms. And once the mushrooms are starting to soften, we'll put in the crushed tomatoes, the canned crushed tomatoes. So I have a little bit of time to start portioning out the crushed tomato that I need. Since the can I got is quite large, I needed like a 12-ounce can. This is 1 pound and 12 ounces, so it's a little bit larger than I need. Oh, we are losing a little bit of water over the edge here. Oh yeah, look at those onions. They are getting nice, starting to brown up really nicely here. Just give it a little stir, cover it back up. And then let's go ahead and take care of these tomatoes right now. Oh boy, this is a really solid can. Oh, whoops. Oh, I completely detached it. Let's see if we can get it out, get the lid out. There we go. I'm just gonna transfer all of this over to like a mason jar or something. Well, the amount that we're not using. So, I do have a scale. And I don't trust the imperial system, so I am going to try to use the grams as much as possible. It does say on the container that this is 794 grams. So I'm gonna find out how many grams 12 ounces is. Right? That's what we need, 12 ounces. Crushed, oh, 15 ounces. But first I need to know how many ounces are in a pound of crushed tomato. Ounces per pound. 16 ounces. So this thing is 28 ounces. So I'm gonna open up my calculator here. And we're gonna go 28 ounces, or no, hang on, I want grams per ounces. So 794 grams divided by 28 ounces. That gives me 28 grams per ounce. And then we need 15 ounces. So I need to divvy out 425 grams. And we'll do that. We'll do that right here. After I give this a stir. All right, I think we're at the right step here in the the onion cooking. To add in some more aromatics, and that's this. Wow, that didn't really pour out as well as I thought it would. Oh my gosh, where can I put this? Tries to get that all out into there. Very nice. This can go in the dish, in the sink. And I am gonna try to avoid using as much oil as possible because this is a butter chicken tikka masala, so I'm gonna use butter. I think that's pretty fair. I think I've already put in 1 tablespoon. We got 2 more tablespoons to play with, so I'm gonna add in another tablespoon here. I don't want to add too much butter because I care about my arteries. Don't want them to clog up, but this needs some oil, some fats. Not oil, I need some fats. All right, 425 grams of butter, or no, crushed tomatoes. Put the butter back in the fridge. 425 grams of crushed tomatoes. Grab a jar. Oh no, that's gonna like overflow, man. That's gonna make a mess. Bowl, come to the rescue. Let's just do that. I think it is gonna be quite a bit. So, if you can't even see it. There we are. I'm gonna mix this up a little bit without spilling too much. It's already pretty homogeneous, actually. I'm surprised. It tastes quite good. Oh my gosh, the splatter. 425. Almost there. There we go. That's pretty close. So that's about like, what, 1 pound of tomato? Hopefully it didn't splash too much on me. That's why I wear an apron. Oh, that's exactly 425. I did a good job. Look at me. I'm a pro. And the rest of that I'm just going to put in a can. Or a jar to store. Okay. Take another look at this. How are we doing here? Oh, we're doing very nice. I think now, pop this in here. And it's going to extract a lot of water into our pot here. What happened to my video? Whoa, screen went black. Uh-oh. My phone thinks I'm still connected. That could be an issue. There we go. Sorry about that. Did my phone just get too hot? I don't think so. Oh, you can hear that. Just a lot of water just getting boiled off. Okay. Cover that back up. And then the next thing that we're going to add is the mushrooms. But you know, while that's going right now, I am just going to start taking care of all the little dishes and scraps I gotta get rid of. I was, this morning, I ran a dishwasher. Hi, oh, do you see Miso? There she is. Miso cam. Say hi, Miso. Look at the camera up here. Say hi. He wants to play. Okay, come on. I thought she would run after it. I overestimated her enthusiasm, but no, I did a sanitizing wash for all of these bottles for my new beer. I'm pretty excited about it. So the dishwasher is full. It's full of clean things. It's just a little wet, so I'm just gonna have things stacking up in the sink as we go here. Okay. Oh yeah, get a little 2x zoom on there. Bring the camera a little higher. A little more tilt. There we go. Now you can really see in there. Now this lid is gonna start getting really hot as we move into the cook. I want to try to get the veggies as cooked as possible before adding in the tomato, the crushed tomato, because that's going to reduce the heat a ton. And I do have my heavy cream outside of the fridge at the moment because I don't want to add in refrigerated temperature cream into this. We're going to have issues with, it'll cause issues with the, what is it? Like when the fats are integrated with the rest of the sauce. Oh, what is it called? I don't know. I'm not a professional. Like, I don't know if it shows. I just follow recipes and I make what looks good. So if you guys want to start cooking, do the same thing. Follow recipes and make what looks good. But man, this is making me so friggin' hungry right now. Oh, I dropped a little piece on the floor. Ew, gross. All right, I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit, cover it now that we have the mushrooms in there. Just get the mushrooms kind of soften, you know? It's nothing super scientific here, but you'll see it happen over time. All right. Well, you'll see it happen over time if this doesn't cloud up. Can I get you any closer? I think I can. Although the tripod is getting in its own way here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just gonna can up this tomato here while we wait. What do I have in terms of nice cans? Pretty good. Got a good looking can here. But it's not a can, it's a jar. I don't even know what I say sometimes. Try not to spill. Does that just be another mess I need to clean up? All right. I'm just rinsing the can of tomatoes right now. I'm gonna add that in. All right, that's it. And once the mushrooms start to soften, I'll add in the tomato, the crushed tomato. Although I think now is a good time to start putting in spices. So let's start portioning that stuff out. After I put this jar of crushed tomatoes away. I can make like a pasta sauce in the future with this. Although I don't want to let it sit for too long or else it'll go bad. Let's see here. What can I do? What do I need to do? Take a look at the recipe. It's gonna let me scroll. There we go. So I need, let's zoom out a little bit here. This is gonna be my spice preparation side. All right, so I need paprika. I need garam masala, which I have here. I need cayenne powder. Do I have that? I should. I have turmeric powder. Don't know if I have cayenne. I think I actually forewent the cayenne. I have cumin. I'm gonna use that. Garlic powder, onion powder. I don't have cayenne. Oh, how about that? I'm learning new things about my my pantry here. Although I don't remember this from the what is this mystery spice? It doesn't smell like anything. That's really weird. Yeah, let me watch the video actually, because I think the list that's in the recipe right here is inaccurate to what is shown in the video. So don't mind me while I play the video for a sec. Paprika, 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of paprika. All right, that's half a teaspoon. That's 1 teaspoon, and I know I'm gonna need a tablespoon as well. So let's get started here. Oh, look at that. That looks pretty good. I'm just gonna move you guys out of the way here for a sec. Chat, are we cooking? Chat, I think we're cooking. That's all nice and soft. And the mushrooms are doing pretty well. It smells quite fragrant. I can smell the bell pepper. I can smell the ginger. I can smell the garlic. Yeah, that's pretty good. The onions I can smell as well. I don't know. What else do I say here? But we're gonna go for, you know, we're gonna go for the spices. So I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of paprika, like that. One tablespoon of garam masala. Oh, this guy's adding sugar. I don't remember adding ever sugar to this recipe. Interesting. I will try that. 1 tablespoon of garam masala. Just like that. Let's bust out the sugar. Why not? Oh, okay. 2 teaspoons of granulated sugar. Okay, 1, 2. Let's see how that turns out. This recipe always turns out a little bit different every time I make it. It's mainly because the first time I made it, I didn't have all the spices, so I just had to make do. The second time I made it, I didn't have the bell pepper. I think I used something different. And then this time I have the bell pepper and I'm adding the sugar. You know what? I think I used cumin instead of cayenne pepper. So I'm gonna do that. In the past, it turned out pretty well. So there's my cumin. Did he ever add turmeric, or am I just like gaslighting myself? No, I don't think he adds turmeric, so I'm not gonna do that. Start stirring that up here, and it's just gonna get super fragrant with all these spices. And then we'll add in the crushed tomatoes. Of course, I'm not following Josh's recipe to a T. I am always adapting a little bit, but it never turned out bad, so I'm just gonna continue doing my MO. Except for when it comes to beer. I'm gonna try to follow recipes to a T when it comes to beer. Okay, there's that. Let's add in the tomato. Oh, you know what? We need to cook this a little bit more. He says saute it until you just gosh dang, it's so fragrant you just gosh dang can't help yourself. That's what he says. So let's cook this up a little bit more. Turn up the heat a bit. Although it is already so fragrant, I just gosh dang can't help myself. Miso is eating a cardboard box right now. Let's go stop her. What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing? Bro. It's like a hole punch. Miso. Come on. Miso. He's just bored. I'm sorry. After I end stream, I'm just gonna play with Miso. When I was gone for 2 weeks, not 2 weeks, for 2 days, she was just at home alone. And I left her. I felt really bad. She was really happy to see me, but she was clearly a little stressed because she was being really energetic. So I spent some time with her this morning, and it looks like she's ready to spend more time together. All right, let's bring that in. Try to get as much of the good stuff out of the bowl as possible. There we are. Very nice. And we'll add it to the stack of dishes in the sink. Now Josh says to use a high quality can of crushed tomatoes. And this is from Trader Joe's, so I believe that qualifies. It's not like great value or anything from Walmart. Although in the past I did use tomato paste. So this is actually my first time using crushed tomatoes for this. And then I do need to add a little bit of water, if I remember correctly. So let me take a look at the recipe. Okay, I don't need to add water. But I am just gonna let this reduce a little bit. And then we'll start with the blender. We'll blend this all up. Get a really nice soft texture. And that will be our curry for the most part. And then we're gonna add in the cream to finish it up. Oh, wait, I can't eat this right now because I'm going to have dinner with my family right after I finish here, so. Shoot, forgot. Low heat, please. All right. Let's see. I think I'll post a picture of me eating it in the Discord tomorrow or this evening. Depends on how late I stay up. This is super thick, so it's having a rough time boiling. Well, not boiling, but like the bubbles are just getting trapped underneath. I'm just gonna continuously stir it a little bit. And then I got the blender ready right here, so it's on standby for the moment. And this is dishwasher safe, so I think we'll be fine just popping it in here. It can't be that hot, right? I don't think it'll melt anything in the blender. It is a Ninja, so I think it is gonna be safe. It's not like a Great Value brand blender, I guess. Although I probably should have gotten a Vitamix. That would have been fantastic. Yeah, there you go. That's a good camera angle, I think. How's my like camera delay? Oh yeah, camera delay is pretty bad. Let's just give it a little snap. Once I have some movements in there, then it catches up. Like if it's just sitting right now as it is right now, then it'll start getting like a 2-second delay. I don't know what I want to cook next time. Next time, I think I'm in my freezer right now. Oh shoot, I forgot about the beer. The most important thing. I don't think it's frozen, so just crack it open. Wow. I didn't make a mess, but I definitely did bubble up quite a bit. Oh, camera disconnected. Interesting. Let's fix that. There we go. Oh no, it did freeze. I'm so stupid. That's really unfortunate. It tastes really good too. Dang it. All right. Let's just set that aside for the moment. Can't believe I froze my beer. I haven't done that since I was 18. In the Czech Republic, I accidentally left a beer in the freezer and it froze up solid. So I opened it up with a can opener and I had a beer slushy. You know what, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do that. Where's my can opener? I'm just gonna make everybody upset, but don't worry, I'm a beer connoisseur. I make my own beer. One time I made my own beer. It's technically not even done yet, so. Oh my gosh. I don't think I can open this with the can opener. No, yeah, it's the rim is too deep on there. That's unfortunate. What if I just start pouring? Give a little squeeze. Oh, there we go. Can't really control the flow. There's a lot of slush left in there. Dang, what a shame. That's a really foamy head right there. I'll just let it sit. I want to drink it as a complete item. I don't want to taste it right now because I know that that's going to be like 50% alcohol. Well, no, it's going to be like 20% or something. It's going to be pretty bad. All right, I reckon this is pretty good. We've let it reduce for, I don't know, a little over 5 minutes. So I'm going to pop it all in the blender. Hopefully I don't make too big of a mess. Turn off the heat. I'm going to take it off the heat. Just let it sit for a bit because I don't want to melt my blender. I know I shouldn't be concerned about it, but I really don't want to melt my blender. And I'm also not really sure how I'm going to pour it in. I guess kind of like go diagonally across this entrance of the blender. I haven't done this part before. Oh, you can't even see anything. Hang on. Let's make it so that the camera is in a really obstructive position. That sounds so gross. Oh my gosh, okay. And then we'll get the rest of it out with the spatula here. Okay, there we are. Keep that off the hot plate. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit as much as I can. It's not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. Oh, plug in the blender, that might help. Okay, just like that. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully it just doesn't, like, I know it's gonna build up a little bit of pressure in there, because it is hot. Sorry about the noise. Oh, if you can hear it. Let's release some of that pressure. Okay, that's pretty good. Star Technology is starting whenever I finish editing. So, hopefully sometime soon. I just need to get onto editing. Ah, there we go. What does Joshua have to say for himself here?
Then place it back in. Simmer, heat to low. Chicken, simmer, stirring occasionally for 10 minutes until the chicken is cooked beautifully. Then stir in 1 cup milliliters of heavy whipped cream. Stirring.
Oh, that smells so good. Okay.
Snap. Garnish with cilantro. To keep the cost down.
Okay. It's a little hot. I just had a little bit drip onto my hands. But it's a little warm. Let's bring this back up to a simmer. Let me try to get as much of the good stuff out of here as I can. Okay, there we go. And what else does this guy have to say for himself? Okay, got it. I got it. So we're gonna just bring this back up to a simmer, and then we'll add in the chicken. If I'm hearing this guy right, but I'm gonna try pouring the rest of my beer now. My slushy beer. It's very stuck in there. Lesson learned. Put a timer if you put your beer in the freezer to make it cold faster. You know what they say about ice cold beer? It's good. Dang. I'm upset about this because the Cooking with Vic episode is not complete without beer. Okay, I think that's all of it. I think I did a pretty good job there. Sick. All right, I'm just gonna stir this up here because there's little chunks of slush in there. You can probably see. That's all slush. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It looks like liquid gold. Oh my gosh. And this beer is very strong. It's 9.5%. Let's give it a little taste test. Turn off the 2x zoom so you can see me properly. There we go. That's a good height. Ooh, so good. So this is from Trader Joe's. It's the cookie butter beer. I think it's better if it's not frozen, but that is really good. It is super sweet. It has the rich tones of like the cookie butter cookies, the speculoos cookies. If you've ever been on like a Delta, I think it's Delta, a Delta flight, they give out the little cookie crackers. That's exactly what this is. Or if you go to Trader Joe's and you get like their cookie butter, that's what it is. But I can barely taste the alcohol. It's there, I can tell, I can taste a little bit of it. But the flavor of the beer does a really good job of hiding it. I can see that being very dangerous. That's a very dangerous beer. I'm glad I only got one can. But I would love to be able to recreate that one eventually. There was a little ingredients list on the can, so let me read that out to you guys. Let's see. Imperial Golden Ale with toasted coconuts, vanilla beans, and natural flavors. Made with whole vanilla beans, milk, sugar. Oh, is that milk, sugar, all in one? And toasted coconut. This full-bodied ale pairs well with just about any treats, topped with your favorite deliciously unusual cookie butter spread. Contains lactose and coconut. Yeah. Pour slowly into a stem glass, savor at 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I think we got the 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We're definitely underneath 40 degrees considering that half of it was frozen. Richmond, Virginia. I'm kind of interested to see what other kinds of like crazy out of this world beer inventions that brewery has. I might look them up later. But I gotta get to my family dinner, and this is taking a little bit long, so I'm just gonna add in the chicken. Chicken that we cooked earlier. You can see it. Make sure to get all of the nice butter that we took out with the chicken into the dish. So good. After all, it is not a butter chicken tikka masala if it doesn't have butter. We'll mix that in. Make sure that the fats get nicely incorporated with the rest of the curry. And this is the time when I would start making myself just like half a cup of rice to serve myself a little bit, but I will be eating at my cousin's house, so I don't think I want to ruin my appetite. By having this first. Okay, and then the last thing, oh my gosh, my fridge was open this entire time. The last ingredient is gonna be, I don't forget how many cups of cream, but 1 cup of cream. We'll just get that prepared right now. And it is pretty much already at room temperature. It is a sealed bottle, so it's okay. It's been pasteurized. I will refrigerate it after using it here. But I will add that in once we start to see a little simmer happening on our curry. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. There's our cup of cream. Gonna have another sip of the beer. It's really delicious. It's really good. Ah. Oh boy. Every time I make this, it turns out a little bit different. This is the first time I've actually blended it. The other 2 times I made it, I kept it chunky, so it was as fine as my dicing skills were, which means not that fine. But I never had a bad taste, so I'm kind of... I'm not worried, but like I wonder if I hope the texture is good. I hope it is good. I'm gonna take some bottles out of the washing machine now and start to clean up a little bit. Oh, it's bubbling now. You can hear it. It's like a big, silent but deadly fart. That's what it sounds like. Make sure the bottom doesn't get burnt. It is a lot thicker than I expected. But that's okay. It'll thin up a little bit when we add the cream. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to store all these bottles. I have a whole bunch of 22-ounce bottles and 16-ounce bottles over here. Let me give you a little sneak peek. This is for the beer bottling, and I have a couple already up on the counter. It's for the cream ale. It is definitely at simmer temperature. I'm gonna turn down the heat a little bit. It's gonna do a really good job at retaining already. Oh, got some water on it. Talking about a bottle here. This one is this one was a beer, but it's shaped like a wine bottle. You can see. I took all the labels off, so I don't really remember what kind of beer it was. Brewed in Brooklyn. That's what the glass says. All right, we're almost at a good spot to add in the cream. I'm just gonna finish up with these beer bottles here super quickly. So don't mind the noise of glass clanking against each other. That is intended. Okay, all right, I got a box full. I got 13 12-ounce bottles, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 22-ounce bottles, and then I have, oh no, I have a 12 22-ounce bottles, and I have 1 crowler. Don't know how many ounces that is, but I'm sure it says on the glass. I haven't checked yet. All right, cream time. Let's add this in and then stir. Make sure it just gets really nicely mixed in there. I don't know if it's just me, but like every time I go back to look at a recipe that I've made in the past, I realize new things and it feels like I'm just getting gaslit. Like the video or the recipe is being amended in between times that I make it. Cause like I could have sworn that this recipe called for cumin, but I didn't see any cumin in the video. So I think I'm getting gaslit by the entire world here. So I added cumin regardless because that's what I've done in the past. And it turned out pretty well. Look at that. That is a curry. Oh my gosh, okay. And we'll let this sit for another 2 minutes and then it's all done. That's it. I'm gonna package it up, store it, and then we can enjoy it when it's mealtime. But in the meantime, I'm gonna finish my beer. There we go. 0.5, if I just get really close. The 0.5 camera is always funny to mess with. But yeah, that's my chicken tikka masala version of Josh Weissman's butt cheaper recipe. So, you know, I'm pretty excited about it. I've already made it 2 times, but of course every single time it ends up a little bit different. It's just like the butter mochi cake recipe that I made the last time I live streamed. But I think next time, I do have a couple ingredients in the fridge already. I think next time I might do something with this steak. So stay tuned. I'm gonna ask my grandmother for a recipe, a nice French recipe, and we'll get to it. Ooh, this is bubbling. It's bubbling and splattering. But yeah, I think next time I'm gonna go live, I'm gonna try to set up a schedule for myself. I don't eat food. Well, I do eat food. Everybody eats food, but like I don't eat a lot of food because what I cook tends to be pretty calorie dense, unfortunately. So I don't eat a lot of food. So that chicken curry is gonna last me a couple days, honestly. It's definitely not a food like a breakfast item. So I'm gonna try to go through it as fast as I can so that I have enough fridge space and stomach space for the next recipe. But I think next time we're just gonna do a nice little steak dinner with homemade French fries and a mushroom sauce. So it's pretty good. Yeah, and we'll probably do that, today's Monday, so we'll probably do that on Wednesday afternoon, maybe, possibly. I think I'm in Mountain Time or Central Time, I'm not sure. Whatever, 6 p.m. Minnesota time, we'll make it work. Unless I get busy and then I'll reschedule, of course. Oh, I just burnt myself. All right, we can take this off the heat now. It's just making a little bit of a mess. Hence, me burning myself, it like kind of like splashed up at me. But yeah, I'll take care of the rest of this. I'll container it, and I'll see y'all next time. So thanks for joining. I really appreciate you guys just coming to chill with me and hang out, and maybe you guys have a beer of your own. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Streamception, right? With the laptop. All right, take care, guys. Wait, hang on. Yo ho, Victor, been a hot minute. How are you? I'm all right, Creeper, man. How are you doing, man? All right, I gotta go. Have a good night, Vic. Good night, Dark. It's splattering. Let's take it off the heat. And that's it for chats. This was definitely a more relaxed cooking with Vic session. I think Monday night is typically everybody's night of relaxation. But here we are. Let's get a little thumbnail shot here. If I can change the camera perspective to be 1x, please. There we go. And the dish is still hot, so I'm gonna try to carry it in a responsible manner so I don't burn myself. And then let's see if we can raise the camera up a little bit. Get a nice little thumbnail going. Oh, geez. What have I done? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'll snip it. I'll snip it and then use that for the thumbnail. All right, thanks for joining, dudes. Have a good night. Spend time with your family. Touch some grass. Take care of your health. Ciao.